No music might be nice. All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Picture.
What?
All right. Welcome back to the Unmasked live podcast. And it's been 2 weeks since our last one. And I think, given everything, it's kind of been like we've been living in a tunnel of the same stuff just happening over and over and over again.
Yes.
Right?
Oh my gosh, yes. That's what it feels like. It's like we can't escape it. It's like Groundhog Day.
Exactly, and we did just have Groundhog's Day.
Right.
Which is 6 more weeks of winter. He saw his shadow. 6 more weeks of winter for the people that get winter. I mean, the whole country had that polar vortex last week, and we got hit with 60-degree weathers for a couple days, and the last couple days have been in the 80s.
I know it's been warm.
Yeah, it's been really warm. It's like spring has sprung here. And my allergies have been crazy too. But given everything that's going on, how's your last couple weeks been?
I mean, in the world, it's crazy, but we had a little party the other week that was really fun. For the shelter I'm with, we had one of the volunteers celebrated her 50th, Rachel, and we just had like a little party at the shelter. I know that didn't sound fun, but it was actually really fun. We like set up everything outside. We had vendors. It was like very THC themed.
I know, it was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, today we have Coco with us because she wants to be extra needy and be on TV. No, but yeah, we had it at the Desert Tales Humane Society, or a dog shelter, and our dog rescue, and it was really cool to like play with the puppies that were adoptable, and we ended up sending Venmo to donate some money. And yeah, well, thanks for inviting us. And everything had a THC component to it, so there was like mocktails, but you could add the little THC fizzy, or you could get all that
The
great
food
Italian
was
food.
medicated.
Yeah, with like the medicated butter and oil that you could choose. That was a lot of fun. I thought it was cool because
so high.
yeah, I was just laughing, just sitting there laughing at nothing, and I was just like, I haven't had a great time like this in forever. Because then you go play with the puppies when you're high, and it was so fun. And I'm definitely gonna do that for my birthday. That's what I want to try to recreate. And it's great to even create a fundraiser out of it. Like I was talking to you about, like I want to do a fundraiser for my birthday, regardless of where it is. But I think that's the thing to do these days. It's like everybody's struggling.
No drink. There was no alcohol, but it was still so much fun because everyone was so high. So everyone's just like laughing, happy,
And
but then
honestly,
without like a hangover.
I loved it that much better because it wasn't alcohol. It like made you happy and laughy and lighthearted. It didn't make you like, I don't know. Nowadays, I drink anything. It just makes me tired. Just immediately, I'm like, ugh.
You feel groggy.
I feel gross. I
feel sick the next few days. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel sick after I drink something, and I'm like, geez, what's even the point anymore? You know?
Yeah, and then you just have to like keep drinking, and then and then you like things can get crazy. People can start getting out of hand, but you don't get that with cannabis.
No,
Everyone's
you
just
don't.
chill.
Everyone
happy.
was super chill, so happy. There was like pre-rolls all over the tables, and then there was the little gift baggies with the chocolates and stuff like that. It was really cool. Yeah. I loved it. I had a great time. And what a better thing to do? Like, I don't know. I don't drink that much anymore, like I said. And I feel like a lot of my friends aren't drinking either. A lot of people are like not going out in general because they just want to be a more healthier, sober-ish lifestyle. You know?
And it's so expensive.
Exactly.
It's so expensive now.
It's ridiculous.
I know you spend like at least. I feel like now, like just to go out, you're spending at least like $100.
At
just
least.
to go, yeah, at least.
It's ridiculous. That's why I just stay inside because honestly, and I'm tired of feeding all these like people. Like I'd rather shop small, give it to meaningful small business owners, and mom and pop shops and restaurants and home, like family restaurants. You know, that's it. Then I have no problem spending my money. I'm like, hey, it's going to a good cause. You're trying to make it here too. You deserve this. You know, it's not going to like some corporate fat cat and stuff like that that's just funding Israel and all this stuff.
Sorry. And yeah, now we really know that. I mean, with everything getting exposed the last couple years, but especially the last couple months.
I know, and it's just like, what's going to happen? All these things are coming out, these Epstein files, like 3 million pages or something like that. And it's just astounding, the claims that are in it. You know, they're saying like Trump is mentioned more times than God, Jesus, Yahweh, all combined in the Bible. Like all more than Harry is named in Harry Potter series. Like it's ridiculous. Like,
and yet there's still such a big percentage of people that have no issue with it. It is so baffling. It is so baffling.
I know at this point you see some people starting to switch, but then they want like sympathy. And I'm like, but honestly, are you switching because your values changed? Because that's very unlikely to just change overnight. And it's more likely that you're socially pressured to change because you're losing family and friends. And then they're turning it against us like, you're cutting us out and blah, 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 blah. You're the cult. Like, all right. No, it's just we're not letting bad energy in. And it's also trying to teach. It's like, I'm not going to feed you my energy if you're not going to see eye to eye with me. And you can still carry on a platonic, like a relationship of your choosing, but it doesn't, no relationship is required for you to give more of yourself than you're willing to.
Right. And I feel like it's not even, it's so far past just like, oh, we have different political beliefs. Now I'm realizing that, oh no, I have completely different moral beliefs, values. Like it's so much deeper than just politics. Like I refuse to be friends with someone that supports a pedophile. Like it shouldn't be that difficult for people to understand that it's not just politics. It's so much deeper than that.
Exactly. This is what we were saying since the beginning of May, honestly. And now there's just proof, and it's even still like, well, you know, and then you hear like the rhetoric of the conservatives that are running everything, and they're saying how they want to protect pedophiles, and I don't understand it all, because I try to take everything with a grain of salt that I see on the internet and try to make sense of it before I make it a thought, like say, oh, this is real.
Right.
But it's like when you see it repeated over and over again, it's like, well, maybe, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing that's even more baffling is that, yes, like everyone should be against pedophiles, rapists, like obviously. Yeah. But I feel like they've like really claimed that in the past where it's like protect children, pro-life, all pedophiles must die. And they really, really, really like make that their whole thing, but now we're realizing that actually isn't their thing at all. They just like to say that so they can feel more morally superior than everyone else. They don't actually stand on that, which is so gross.
It's so gross when you realize that when people are out here accusing, that a lot of the times it's because they're guilty of it themselves.
Oh yeah.
And so they think everybody's doing it. Exactly, because they're projecting. And that's the gross part. It's like, like just like even his response to the one reporter who was asking about the White House about it, and he's like, I haven't seen you smile in 10 years. And it's like, ew. Like they're there for your appeasement, like women. Like that's disgusting, just ideology and mindset logic. It's like saying that you're only here to make me happy. If you're not making me happy, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it's exactly that, yeah.
It's gross. Yeah. And I really hope people are waking up in a sense of going to do something about it, because who can do something about it except for the lawmakers, the other people in charge? Like, I feel like it's such a trickle-down effect that everyone's afraid to move because everyone's controlled by the one up and he's sitting at the top. And so everyone's just like, oh, what do we do? And I'm like, you do what's right.
I can't stand the rhetoric where it's like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. What do you mean? No one is saying that you need to go and raid the White House and take care of the situation yourself. But there are things you can do. you can post stuff online. You can just simply educate yourself and be aware of what's going on. You can protest. You can boycott certain companies. Like, there are things that everyone can do that really don't require that much effort.
I posted that one thing about protesting and how a lot of conservatives just think we're all paid or we're just stupid for doing so. I was like, first of all, to exercise your ability to voice that you don't agree with how things are being run shows that you have intellect outside of what you're being told.
Yes.
To automatically denounce people who do that, it's such an idiotic thing. It just shows how stupid you are. It's like, oh, you don't think for yourself, you're only told, and when you do think, you're like, oh, no, can't do that. No, can't go against the grain. We can't do what we're not told to do, and blah, 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 blah. And that's what's so gross. And it's like, they can't.
Very coward behavior.
Very coward behavior. You know, and it's like, I'm always only getting attacked by faceless profiles.
Exactly.
No one barely has a face, and if they do, they come very softly, and if you put them in their place, they stop. They're like, oh, no. And I'm like, it's just so aggravating that I think people are just so bored that they're just looking for fights and they're looking for excitement in their life, so they keep choosing this. And it's like, well, no, you do back pedophilia. You are backing these people. Who cares about the presidents in the past? What you have is in today and the power you choose in the now, and you're choosing still bad.
Yeah, and I have yet to see a single person support and defend Bill Clinton or anyone that has been mentioned in the Epstein files, but you see a whole lot of supporting and defending for Trump and for everyone else that's on the right in the
Trump's
files.
just ignoring it like it doesn't
I
even
know!
exist.
Dude, I have to say,
The Nile's a river in Egypt.
yes, like I have to say, I wish I could just be that unbothered in life where I could have accusations like that, people literally confronting me to my face and just not care. Like, that is just so insane. It's almost like it doesn't even feel real. Like, and it's so frustrating because I've gotten to a point where, so I started out trying to educate people, trying to teach them, showing proof, bringing up facts.
It does
but
nothing.
Yes, they don't want to learn. I've learned that they don't want to learn. They don't care. They simply don't care. Like, I stand on the fact that if you're still supporting the current administration, you're either evil or you're slow. And I'm starting to realize it may be both, because they don't want to learn. They don't care about the facts. They don't care about the proof. They don't care about anything.
Well, you know,
besides fighting.
I was reading about the spirituality, like the psychology behind it, and it's like the reign of the unhealed boy that was like emotionally mistreated, not given what he needed to grow as a child from his parents or by his surroundings. And so, or through them, learned that I must procure physical, like, enhancement to my life, or else no one cares. I'm worthless. And so, and then to a point, they say the power to take over someone else, to surpass their boundaries and to do your will onto them and them to not be able to do anything is like the top thing you can do to feed that shadow self.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like the major thing you can do is having power over somebody, because they're like, I have power, I have money, and it's never enough for them. Like, you see like them begging to go to his island on their email chain, like Elon Musk.
Embarrassing.
Like, ew, it's disgusting. You're supposed to be the richest, smartest man in the world, and you're begging to go to a kiddie pedophile island. Like, it's gross. And it's just like shows you that all these rich and powerful people are small-minded. They only are one-track minded of physical procurement. They are not spiritually aligned whatsoever. And when you lose that spiritual alignment and that the accountability, you go to the darkest places you can imagine. Like, that's the only way they get off in life.
Oh yeah, they are so depraved. So it's crazy to think that even just child trafficking and pedophilia, that's not even the only thing. Like, there's cannibalism in the files. There are things that that are so dark and so vile that you almost can't wrap your brain around the fact that there's so many people participating in that. It's not just like a one-off, oh, there was just like Epstein and
It literally
one other
shows
person.
you anybody who got to a certain level of power was like, oh, I'd be interested, I'm interested. And it shows you the rise of the same type of leader, you know, all across the board. We were just the last one to get it, and it's the strongest that's going to make the most effort. And it's so funny to see how there's like pockets tied to like Israel and all this Russia stuff, and it all starts making sense, and you're like, wow, they're all just best friends playing Risk with the world, you know, like a board game, and they're just laughing over it, and it's really just like,
well, and imagine what we don't know. Like it's so crazy how just like they're just emailing each other like
no,
hey Mr. Epstein, like thanks for the torture video. Like it's so crazy how they don't even like hide it. It's not,
they're like little boys.
Yeah, they're just openly talking about it. So it's like, what else is there that we don't know and that we'll probably never know?
I know, but it just shows such a lack of accountability and immaturity that is leading us across the board. It's all self-centered, self-serving people that have not anyone's best interest at heart but their own.
Yeah.
And that's what's really despicable and just disgusting, to feel like you're a part of this and there's nothing you can do about it except protest, or what else? You can't sit at home and just like drink it away, party, like you can ignore it and get like there's a balance of what you allow in and what you can deal with, because that's what we need to deal with or need to understand is we only can deal with what we can deal with. So what do? Use a platform if you have one. If you don't have one, create one. Put creativity, put this energy into effort, into something that you speak, and in a way that you speak through. You know what I mean? In any kind of modality. Speech, posting, making memes, art, anything.
Art,
Like art is
music,
the biggest
whatever.
thing. Music, like just get out there and start making stuff. You know, I get a lot of my frustration out through just like the things that I make and post, you know, and it helps me like come to terms with it and kind of get over it a little bit and be like, all right, well, I'm doing what I can by alerting and saying and like passing the word along and stuff like that. And I see how many people respond and share, and it's really crazy. And so it's like, you know, you do what you can in whatever amount you can, and every bit helps. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if you did nothing, that'll be the biggest failure of it all, is that you just sat there waiting for something to happen and you're just going to jump on the side that wins.
That's what's so frustrating, is that I know in 5, 10, 20, 50 years, the majority of people are going to say, oh, I always disagreed with that. I always was on this side, whatever. But at least now we have proof, we have media, we have things where we will be able to call them out and say, no, you didn't. But it is so frustrating that, I mean, you already know that everyone is going to tell their grandkids and is going to say that they were against this, despite them being the people that were bullying protesters. And
exactly, how many people growing up did you hear had a grandparent that was a Nazi or something like that? Like I remember growing up and then like somebody would be like, my great grandfather was a Nazi. I'm like, what? Like, and where I'm from in Michigan, it's a big Polish, German, it's a big Eastern European immigration area, because they came and worked in the shops in Flint, Michigan. So it was very interesting. I was like, yeah, that very much could be, like, you know, who knows? And it could have been out of, you know, it's so funny. It's like out of necessity. It's like I die or get, you know, or I fight for my life and my wife and stuff like that. Because honestly, you're seeing that out of these ICE agents that's coming out now, that they are straight up immigrants that are killing white civilians. And it's just such a mind fuck. It's like, why are we okaying this? These guys are obviously doing the job because they have no other choice. You know, that's my guess. I mean, maybe they have a choice. But, you know, I mean, when you see an immigrant or somebody that looks like they're not from this country fighting tooth and nail in an evil way, it's almost like, who blackmailed you or kept you
right?
this?
Because why else?
Why would you turn against your own people, your own kind? And it's like, but now you're shooting the civilian. I don't know. It's such a mind fuck. You know what I mean? Maybe it's their own vendetta against it, and they're using the ability to get paid and be a motherfucker.
Right.
I don't know. I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, even though it bites me in the ass half the time. But you know.
Yeah, I know. It has to be when you see people with a non-American accent as an ICE officer. The only reason I can think of two reasons. Either you just have such a huge amount of self-hatred for yourself and for the people that look exactly like you and talk like you, or I guess you're just cozying up with the enemy in hopes that they'll spare your life in the long run.
Right.
Which, coward.
But they'll make you disappear. I get it.
They're not going.
I'm always saying what I would do in that situation, but there could be any reasons. But in regard, it's like the same mentality of why anybody would sign up to do it. But the white people, they just get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
They're in it for the fun.
Oh, yeah, because now it's coming out that some of them aren't even getting paid.
Yeah.
And so it's like, so you're just being evil for the love of the game, I guess.
And they got to contractually be there for 5 years.
Uh-huh.
And that's to give that the next president would be a conservative and uphold that. But then they'd probably just dismantle it, and then they'd be without any money. Because if I was an incoming Democratic president, I'd be like, well, there's your bonus. I'm cutting it short. I had 5 years. You got 3.5 in.
Sorry.
Bye. That's no longer a thing. And you didn't get paid. And you're not getting things forgiven. Mm-hmm. And now you're all on the list.
And now you're domestic
And now you're domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
That's what I would do when I came in. Like, if I was a president, like that's the first thing. They are domestic terrorists, regardless of skin color, regardless of background, regardless of anything. You're following tooth and nail somebody that only spews hatred. Mm-hmm. And it's just so disgusting how much everything is just upside down. Inside out, upside down.
Yeah.
What do you mean? That you guys say you can't bring guns and you can't bring... Yeah, Shapiro and the president's like, you can't bring a registered gun into the District of D.C. You will be arrested. You will go to jail. And I'm like, what are these bitches doing? Like, they were all... And they're talking about how they had plans all along to get rid of the guns. And it's just like, how did these people who are so diehard about their guns allow someone to come in and just fuck them up the ass?
Literally. Oh.
With them. And it's like, bye. And now you're going to be left looking like fools. But that's what I meant, like, the whole, like, people that are switching. It's like, I start seeing it online now, and I'm like, no, you're still a bad person. You're not going to get out of this. I know you think time will forgive a lot, and people do forget, you know? But the people closest to you won't.
Oh, no.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's like, okay, you don't get an award. You don't get a cookie for jumping off the ship at the very last second when everyone told you the ship was sinking so long ago. Like, no, I'm so glad that you are now joining us, and I'm so glad that you now have some sort of moral decency to you. But that doesn't forgive all the bad you did in the past. Like, yeah, that's great for now and moving forward. But great, but you still had those beliefs at one point. Like,
exactly.
Come on now.
And they all have, you can tell which ones they are because it says Jesus first in there with a cross symbol in their headline. I'm like, well, and I look at people's profiles who post shit like this as coaches and stuff, and I'm just like, and they all have Jesus first.
All of them in the
like,
cross,
all of them. And I was like, first of all, this is like an insider. Like, I think you do this just to get more likes because they follow each other. And I'm like, you guys are spewing more hatred and lies or just unimportant stuff, but then they'll be doing well. I don't know. It's so interesting.
Yeah,
it's like its own little cult.
Oh, no, it is. Oh, it 100% is. And as someone that was raised in a home where I literally had to read the Bible every single day, it's so crazy that, now that I'm out of all that, I somehow carry closer beliefs and values of Jesus than people that go to church on Sunday.
Same.
That is so insane to me.
Because I know the difference in perspective is they say Jesus Christ saves. Mm-hmm. They think that Jesus is above them and they could never be them and they will always be broken. So they continue being broken in a sense of I will continue to do bad as long as you save me because I'm remorseful at the end of the day. And I was like, that's not how it works. And I think as we see it, like I see it, is we are him. We can become him. We can embody his principles and his qualities and his behaviors. And that's what I feel like it's really teaching us. And people that use it as, oh, he's going to save me. No, that's a scapegoat. You're using it as a shield. You're using it to hide under, to be usurpitous, whatever that word means. I think that's kind of weird. No, that's usurpathro, right? I don't know. But to be like, what I meant is like serpent. There's a word that was
You are a serpent.
Yeah, essentially like a snake. You're just slithering around, eating whatever you want, and just being like, I'm pretty, look at me. Like, I don't know. It's just so stupid. It makes me angry that people hide behind a cross when other people live it and do breathe it. So they are like a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what I want to put it as. A wolf in sheep's clothing. It's like, you are not them. You are just trying to take what you can, and you think. And I really hope at the end, those people that do treat it like that don't get what they want, because we don't know what the end is. But if that is an end all, like, you know, I get it. Like, you could at the end, if you're truly sorry for your sins, you should be absolved. But that means you have an understanding of why you're sorry, and you truly mean it.
But
if you're just like, oh, absolve me, I'm sorry, and it's like, no, that's not how it works. And I don't know. It'll be interesting to find out what happens after.
Won't it? Won't it be so interesting?
Yes. And maybe that's like a thing that, like, you know, I saw this thing when you become an old man and you're supposed to go down for all the wrong deeds you did. Like, that's like a good thing you should do. Like, if you are like a coward or a cheat or a liar or a stealer, like, you should stand up for what you did wrong or something like that. And I feel like that should be a standard for people like that. It's like, you know what? Just like stand up for, I don't know, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm gonna stop there.
I mean, it's crazy that I call myself no one knows what comes next. No one knows what was before. No one knows anything. We're all just guessing, doing our best, trying to make sense of it all. And so, yes, I do believe that there is probably something so large and crazy that our human brains physically cannot wrap their minds around. But if I just go based on what is in front of me, what I see and what I know now, yes, I am atheist, but I do believe that there's who knows what's out there. So I guess agnostic. I don't know. But I'm also like very spiritual, but I'm also very logical. So I'm not going to just blindly obey and believe everything that someone else tells me to believe. But it's crazy that someone like that is now having to teach Christians what it is to be a Christian. It's so crazy. Like, Jesus was an illegal immigrant himself, like literally. And it's just insane that if Jesus were here right now, they would deport him. They would deport him. They would execute him. And it would be the atheists that are standing up for him. Like, that's the most insane thing about it.
And that's why I feel like everyone uses that cross as a shield, like a cloak. And it's like they only use it as a scapegoat.
Exactly.
So they can be bad and say, no, but I'm good. And it's like...
And to feel morally superior and on this, like, sit on their high horse. Gross.
It is gross.
Well, how have your 2 weeks been?
My 2 weeks have been good. Let's see. What did we do? We went and saw Teresa Caputo last weekend, Long Island Medium.
Okay, how was that?
It was cool.
I used to watch her show. That's
I
funny.
did too, and Michael watches her show, so we went to go see her. And she didn't get to us because it was actually a room packed with people. It was a lot of people.
Where was it at?
Out in Maricopa at the Harrah's Casino. It
Okay.
was far. It was a ways.
Okay.
And we went out there and she did her little reading of people. It was very interesting how she did it. I was more just intrigued how she reads people because on a spiritual level, I feel like I can read the living and she reads the dead. And it's very interesting what she did. And she like would pick a person. She's like, no, this is you. And it's like, what is this? And like, it would be something. Yeah. Not everything like was like, oh my God, but a lot of the times you're like, oh, how would she know that? How would she know?
I love that stuff.
And who knows if they were like planted in the audience or whatever. But a lot of people would like randomly start crying and it seemed very authentic. So it was very cool to see. Like in all, it was for everybody to learn how to grieve and move on and let go. And so it was overall a pretty cool show that was like teaching like a seminar kind of thing about grieving loss. And really, she just like gave people closure and stuff like that. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I love like metaphysical stuff. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved witchy things. I have like Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That was my favorite show. I loved that show.
I was addicted. I would wake up early to watch it. I would watch it all the time.
Yes, I love.
And I feel like that's our commonality is like as ADHD people, it's like we're hypersensitive, we're very intuitive, we're very like curious. Yes. We're always like we want to find out for ourselves and rather be than told. And even as a kid, I was like thinking, I just remember always telling myself, it's like, I don't care what I do with my life. I just want to be the most well-rounded person, and I want to experience everything I can and just be a great person overall. And I don't know why I started thinking that, but I remember being a kid thinking that, being like, this is all I want, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm passionate about. Like, just learning about life and the world and society and animals and everything in it. And then being able to make my own idea of it. Yeah. And you know, and the more you do so, the more you understand your effect on it. Yeah. You know, we do have a great effect on our life. We just have to stop getting in our own way, stop doubting ourselves, stop saying we don't have the power because we grew up with the world and our family and friends telling us no, that we can't be like this and shaping us in their image when they're lost themselves. Like, why are we trying to be getting along with people that aren't even found who they are and are still lost and toxic? Not saying cut people out, but I'm saying, why are you allowing their voices to dictate your life? Yeah. And a lot of it's just like the unfucking of it all. Like, we need to unfuck and just let ourselves listen to ourselves.
Yeah. So many people think that they're just so powerless. But we truly do create our own reality. Like, we build every single block of our reality. And I love neurodivergence. Just, we're so curious. And I think because we have such amazing pattern recognition, we're just so good at catching things and learning things. But we don't act like we know it all. We continue to stay curious, and we're always just like searching for more. And I think that's why neurodivergence, like not all of course, but most of us, we don't get sucked into like a lot of like cult thinking and propaganda and stuff like that, because we are constantly asking questions, not just blindly obeying, blindly believing. And I love that.
I know, I love that. But honestly, conversely, that's why a lot of us have addiction problems. Because we feel we're alone and conflicted by our thinking when it's not being validated by the people around us. Because, 1 in 64 people are neurodivergent. So, of course, everyone has the same story of feeling like alone and not feeling heard, or, you know, your parents obviously gave it to you, but it's through their own masking and their denial of it, or even thinking that it exists, you know? But I lost my track. Drink the water again. I always get like my thinking starts splitting this and then this.
Yes,
And this. I'm like, wait, where was I at the first point?
Yes. And then when you're with another neurodivergent, it's like the other person doesn't, like, they just like I don't catch that people like stray off from the original topic, because then I'm also like curious in whatever they're saying. So then like both parties are like, wait, how did we get here?
No, I know. That's what the craziest thing too is, like, the more I talk to more neurodivergent people and coach them, it's like I used to be really weird, catch myself in how I talked and how I said a story or how I portrayed what I was trying to get through, because I was like, oh, it's got to be in order or else people lose where you're going with things. And I learned that other neurodivergents, they keep right along. Like ADHD people are just like, yep, I got you. Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you caught all that? Like, yep, I'm right here with you. I was like, love it. Like, we have great minds. Our minds are like sticky traps, and we're always like, it's really cool if we just see something and passionately understand something. Like, oh, that's cool. It's like we don't forget it ever.
Yes, we have so much passion. Like
We're passion powered.
Yes, I have such a hard time. Okay, so even before I was diagnosed as a neurodivergent, before I even knew what the word meant, I have always naturally gravitated towards now what I know as neurodivergent people. Like when I look around, all of my closest friends have always had some type of neurodivergency to them. And everyone that I surround myself with, even like different celebrities or influencers that I follow, now that I know about neurodivergence and all of that, I'm like, oh, I've been surrounding myself with those people my whole life.
No, yeah, and it starts making sense. Like the people that are just like you're like, oh, I get you.
Yes, and we're all just so passionate about something or multiple things. And so I have such a hard time when someone is just like so neurotypical. I have such a hard time like truly connecting, having those deep conversations.
I will say yes, because they want us to talk about like some superficial things or something. And then I'll answer the question and they'll be like, all right, well, that's all I want to talk about that. And then it's hard, like, I'm not going to just go like, yeah, and this and that. Yeah, just string along. And yeah, I get it. It feels awkward, but it's more like effective. Yeah. Like, it's like, what are we doing here? What do you want to talk about? Like, let's get through this, like, to the point, and us, I feel like with our connective power, it's like you can see through what somebody's trying to dance around. A neurotypical dances around. It's like, girl, just come up and say it. I already know what you're trying to say. I already figured it out. I had that vibe like a day ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? And today you're dancing around it. Like, oh, okay. It's like, because we catch those hints, we catch those drops. And it's like, you're not that slick. Like, we caught that because we were thinking, we're catching to see if you say anything about us, or like we want to make sure we're catching on every whim. I even made this post the other day about like sometimes we just get lost in our head, though.
Oh yeah.
But I will say I'm great at multitasking. I will take the last 3 words of a sentence and be able to respond back to you. I'm like, yes, that was great that you got that new job. Yes. Oh my God, congrats. Are you excited for the challenges? You get really good at asking questions that are very vague, but they work. You're like, oh shit, I wasn't listening, but we can't let on. Because then they get so offended. And it's like, I get it. I get offended when no one listens. But I've learned body language enough that when I start rambling, like people start glazing or moving. And they'll be like,
you can kind
of
of
catch
catch on.
and that's it. And then I just stop, and then they don't even notice you stop talking. And you're like, oh, fuck.
I hate when you can like sense when someone's just like over the conversation and you're just like, never mind.
Exactly, I know, and that's, I know you're like, well, damn me for being so, sharing a bit about what I'm excited about.
Right, I know.
And that's what it is. It's always those like little passion things that are like, somebody hit my hyper-focused topic, let me talk. It's like, oh my God, 10 years ago I saw this magazine that said this.
Yeah. There's like, oh, that's nice.
I know, and it's like, but you're just talking about nothing anyways, so at least I'm spitting facts over here. Keeping it accountable. We are very more informationally, conversationally. More information-loaded conversationally.
Yes.
Instead of just saying filler stuff.
Right.
It's more like right to the point, right about what we're talking about, or else we can just sit there in silence and be fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind an awkward silence. I'm like, okay, well, I can just sit here.
I got enough going on in my brain.
Exactly.
That I can entertain myself on the inside.
I know. And honestly, I get annoyed sometimes when people just want to make small talk. Like,
Yes, like when
do you
it's
want a
just
hug
pointless.
or something?
Right?
Like, what do you need from me?
What do you want? I know. I hate just like pointless small talk. Like when it's with someone you don't know, like, yeah, whatever. Like I'm always having like I'm that person that will like have a conversation with like a drive-through worker. And my ex always used to like make fun of me. He'd be like, oh, is that your best friend now? And I would come back and I would know like their whole life story, even though they were like checked me out at the register for 2 minutes.
I do that too. And I catch myself though. And I'll be like,
You
oh,
do.
you just got so invested for no reason. And then they're like, have a great day. And like holding up the whole line. But that means you're having a good day. That means you're in a good mood, because otherwise you wouldn't be talking like that. Because we know very well that our words are limited when we don't have them to spare. You know, it's like, I'm not talking. Sorry.
I know, my ex used to call me like a human encyclopedia, because every morning for some reason I would just like wake up and I would be like ready to like dump a million facts. And he'd be like, at first he was like, he'd be like overtly annoyed about it. But then after a while, then I would get self-conscious, so then I stopped doing it. And then he'd be like, oh, you're not going to give me like the fact of the day anymore? And then he kind of like appreciated it. I was like,
I know, if I'm up, I get up early before everyone, and then if I'm on my phone and absorbing news stuff, as soon as they're in bed still or sleeping, I'm like, oh my God, guess what happened? I'm just like standing outside
just ready to,
like, you guys up yet?
It's like the town crier. It's like gotta wake everyone up. Did you hear what happened today?
I know, but
did you know this fact?
But after 4 p.m., I'm not worth shit. It is all struggle bus after that. My natural energy cuts out, and I'm like, let me take a nap first. Like, I can do it, but I'm not going to be the most joyful.
Right. Yeah. Because then I like start off all like enthusiastic and passionate, but then that quickly drains, and then it's like if I don't get my unwind time where it's just like pure silence, alone time, recharge time.
So that's a good topic to talk about.
What
do you do for unwind time to turn your brain off, to quiet yourself at the end of the day? You know, I'm trying not to use weed as much, especially I do use it at the end of the day, because it's like, that's the only way that I can like stop thinking. Like
force your brain to stop.
Exactly, because I've already been in the gym. I've already done dog walks. I've already done so much physical activity that if I go and do more physical activity, I'll probably be wired all night.
Right, yeah.
So it's sometimes hard. Like, I have gotten into reading.
Okay.
And I start reading and I get so bored.
Dude, I'm just like, you read and all of a sudden you're like, wait, what have I been reading for the past 20 minutes? You're just like on autopilot somehow, and then you have to read it all over again. Oh, yeah.
So I will say lately I've been turning it into I like so many books that I want to read and take info from and utilize, and I'm so bad with reading, even stuff that I like, because I don't like filler words. And I get it. A lot of self-help books and a lot of books use a lot of filler to fill up the pages to make it look more fluff. But it's like my mind wants bullet points, and so I'm just going through highlighting anyways. And I will say, as things start getting repetitive, I'm just like, it's like foolproof. I'm like,
oh, I wish I was a reader. So as a kid, I would get like lost in books, but it's so hard for me now to like focus and stay focused unless it's like super interesting. But like you said, like I need it to be where it's like bullet points. Okay, here is like the main thing. I don't want to have,
I'll also say a way to go to sleep that I've used lately is I'll watch something with the boys that I've already watched or that I have no interest in whatsoever, and I'll be like, sure, I'll watch American Idol with you. And I'm like, oh God. It's like, I was like, wasn't this just on? They're like, yeah, it's the next season. I'm like, how many seasons a year is there?
It's on like season
every quarter.
180.
I know, it's just, but they watch all the singing shows, and I love singing, and I have a passion for singing, but at the same time, it's like these kids go nowhere. They don't become anybody.
I know.
You know, it's so sad. So I hate to watch them because it's such great talent. And these kids are like, oh, I'm going to make it. And it's like, nobody's made it since Kelly Clarkson. Since season 1. Like, good luck. Or like Carrie Underwood was the last one. She was season 2. Right?
Yeah.
Or 3.
169 seasons ago, you had a chance.
Yeah,
but...
and now it's nothing. And it's like, what's the even point? And it's just sad, you know? So I will say, laying on the couch, watching something not with your phone in your hand, watching something you're not interested in, will short circuit your ADHD and go to sleep. At least for me, it'll be like,
that's true.
I'm bored. So I've learned that if you make yourself bored, you'll go to sleep, because that's what naturally we do, go to sleep when we're bored and we're understimulated. If there's no dopamine, your body goes to sleep to produce more.
That's a good point. That makes sense then why I am the worst. I always fall asleep when, like, whenever I'm watching something with other people or just like one other person, if it's not like a show that I'm fully invested in, all it takes is like 2 minutes and I'm like actually snoring. So that actually makes so much sense.
I know. You know, it's so funny. I actually just like thought of that as I was speaking it. I was like, oh, this is why.
Right.
Because I've been doing the same thing. I was like, I don't want to smoke as much. But then I'm like, honestly, I have been falling asleep really easy this week doing those things.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. So yeah, you just gotta be bored.
Yeah, I think it's like, at the end of the day, if you've already done your physical activity, like, you just got to get rid of that mental spinning, you know? It's like all that mental angst and energy, and you just got to do something mentally draining, and there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else you got?
I don't think so.
I think this went pretty well.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit. Oh, I did want to speak about anxiety, because I posted about this today, and I saw it written in one of the books I was reading, is that anxiety is really just unused energy in your body that has not been displaced yet. So it goes into your brain and you start racing more. So also, to make myself more tired, I do more cardio throughout the day. And it's like, if you really drain yourself, like, you know, it helps keep you regulated.
Yeah.
And you don't have that over anxious energy building up because you're so exhausted.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So get moving, bitch.
Get moving! Woo! Yeah, go to a protest, march down the street, stay busy, stay aware.
Yeah, stay accountable.
Try to stay sane. Stay accountable.
And set boundaries. It's all about boundaries and where your energy goes. It's the only control we really do have.
Right.
Well, till next time, guys. Thanks for signing on. Bye.
Oh no, my God. Am I not going to be able to turn my live off again? I always struggle. I'm like, how do I turn my live off? Guys?